Good morning. Welcome to Hillside's Aftermath. Hopefully you enjoyed yesterday morning's sermon on 2 Peter chapter 3. Yesterday we looked at verses 8 through 13, and we found Peter reminding us of two biblical principles that are very, very important for us to understand. The first one is the day of the Lord. And the day of the Lord simply is the time when Christ returns again to wrap up human history. Often here in this day and age, we think as mankind, we think that we're in control of what's going forward. We're making plans from here basically to eternity, that how is mankind going to take care of this world and how are we going to move forward. But God has a plan, has a very specific plan that he's going to unfold in his timing. And we don't know what that timing is, and that brings us to the second point. His timing could be today. The idea here of the day of the Lord could come, but when it could come, when is that? Could be today. And the idea of imminence is the second principle that we see in this passage. It's very, very important. Let's look at verse 10 very briefly. It says this, "But the day of the Lord will come like a thief. The heavens will disappear with a roar, the elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and everything in it will be laid bare." There's the two concepts. The day of the Lord will come like a thief. That'll come unexpected. A thief, if you're ready for a thief, you would have guards, you would be doors locked. But the idea is that it'll come very quickly and unknown to us. There's many people out there that set dates of when Christ is coming. That's just folly. We know that we can't set dates. There's passages over and over again. Christ tells us that you will not know the time. We look in Matthew 24, you see several, as Jesus is talking with his disciples about what are the signs of the end of the ages. You see him tell you, you will not know. Just be ready for him to come. If we look into Matthew chapter 24, there's a great passage in here, and this is Matthew 24, verse 32. It says this, "Now learn this lesson from the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see all these things, you know that it is near, right at the door. I tell you the truth, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. No one knows about the day or the hour, nor not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son of Man, but only the Father." Only the Father knows when these events are going to be triggered. And that should put upon our hearts a sense of urgency that we aren't guaranteed. Now, we talk about this and we know that we're not guaranteed another day, that we could be a car accident or something other, something more tragic. And we often kind of get in complacency of our lives, and we know that things can happen, that Christ can come again very quickly, but we don't allow it to motivate us. And my challenge is for you this morning is to think about those two concepts and how they should motivate us to spiritual living. There's so many families in our community that need Christ. There's so many family members that need Christ that we've been working with, but is there a sense of urgency in our lives that we have to reach out to our neighbors and help them understand that the gospel? Are we living godly lives that draw people to Christ? Is our testimony in our community one of a love and hospitality and reaching out? Or is it one of just kind of taking care of ourselves? We can't be a church that's locked within its walls of our church building and we have all our friendships within our church family. Having family, church family, and those friendships are very, very important. But building relationships with unbelievers is also very important. Having a godly influence on their lives so that they can see the light of Christ and be drawn to his love. As you go through this week, I challenge you to try to be proactive in sharing your faith. Christ commands us to share our faith. It's the Great Commission that we'll go out to reach and make more disciples. The idea is that the disciples that we make are imperative to bringing the fast return of Christ. So let's be bold for Christ this week and be excited that Christ could come today and change our lives forever.